Yo, it's myself, Dougie Fresh. We got big man Fredz in the building.
Yo, what's good? Yeah, right, yeah.
And this is what we call Back Your Chat. Because you're a lot of football fans.
Back it up. And
give
not
it
with
all
stats.
that.
You better back it up, not with stats as well. You get me? Nah, what a joking.
Back Your Chat. So just to let you lot know why we're here today. I'm a big football fan. I support Blackburn Rovers, but I also have a massive passion for Arsenal as well. We'll debate that one on the next podcast.
And you know what, bro? I'm straight Arsenal through and through, you get me? Simple.
Full-time gooner, part-time. And Fredz, if you're not following him on Twitter, then you need to do that immediately. If not before then, because this guy talks 100 miles an hour.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, but I've been told.
He's been told. He talks a lot of stuff on the Twitter, and 1 minute is this and 1 minute is that.
Listen, I'm informative.
He's informative,
to be fair, bro.
Mad polarizing though. 1 minute you hate someone, next minute that's it.
Yeah, but you know what? That's life.
That's
your life. It can't be everyone's cup of tea, innit?
It's true.
I've got to be neutral.
Neutral. Is that what we're doing? We're just balancing it out. We're just gonna balance it out. Is that what we're saying?
You know what, bro? A lot of people said to me, like, my tweets are contradictionary or contradictive or whatever it's called. You get me? I'm just like, I'm just fighting two sides of the argument. You get me?
Okay.
I'm in the middle.
It's like you're arguing with yourself. It's like it's Fredz and yesterday's Fredz arguing with each other at all times.
I'm not the same man as yesterday. I'm a new man. Every 12 hours.
And today we're going to back all of your chat. We're going to back all of it today.
Let's back it.
So basically I've been great friends with Fredz for a long time. I've seen the tweets. Another man that's football passionate like myself. And we said, you know what, we need to just open up the forum and talk about something.
It's been a long time coming.
It's been a minute. So
this all started when the World Cup was on.
World Cup.
And I don't know whoever was down there, but I was quite passionate.
Very.
Harry Maguire and Harry Kane was getting it off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say?
In the neck.
And I remember you coming up to me saying, yo, like, I want to come watch a game with you sometime, like, even if it's just us, like, somewhere. And then two and a half years later, we're here, and
there.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Camera on, mic on, camera woman in the background doing her thing as well, saucy with it. So what we're going to do today, first and foremost, is discuss 3 points, and that's going to be the format for the show. Back your chat. And the first point that we're going to discuss is...
here we go.
Here we go. We all knew it was going to have to come to Arsenal because we both rep.
Has to be Arsenal.
What does Mesut Ozil actually do?
Yo, you tell me, Eddie.
So let me just start, because me personally, I'm someone that doesn't want to bash players or anything.
Yeah,
100%. I like to be neutral. I like to be
100%.
informative. I'm not out here trying to clickbait the thing. But Ozil, when he came to Arsenal, was my favourite player.
Bro, when Ozil came to Arsenal, I nearly had tears in my eyes, bro. Like, you need to understand that I don't think we've ever signed a world-class player who was already a world-class player until Mesut Ozil. Like, if you really think about it, who could you name?
100%.
Henry, no. Vieira, no. Fabregas, no. These were all like young,
they came up and
developing players.
Yeah.
Ozil was a superstar.
Mm-hmm.
That we were like 40 mil, 44 mil.
We got him for 42 mil.
What's that for arguably at that time the best playmaker in the world, because his numbers were just.
I was surprised that they got him with Real Madrid.
Wow, the Madrid fans was booing when Bale come to the.
Because did Ronaldo say something like he's the best number 10 he's ever played?
Ronaldo said he was the best player at Madrid.
Yeah.
So it was hard for obviously Madrid fans, but obviously we was gassed. Like,
100%. Honestly, when he came,
we've never seen a signing like that.
So excited. But let me just be real. Now we've got all of that hell Ozil out of our
nostalgia out of our system.
Right now, he's not offering, for me, in my personal opinion, enough as a modern footballer. Let me just break it down for you why I don't think he's as good as people say. Vision, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
When he's ready, he can pick a pass that I play FIFA and I would never have made that pass. You know what I'm saying? So I have to respect him.
I could have, but obviously,
I'm low level, you know.
I know about being on FIFA, so that's all I'm saying.
I can't back my FIFA chat, I'm telling you.
Yeah, I can back it.
So, Vision, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Why does this brother not shoot? Take the ball and kick it in the goal. That you're number 10. You need to add goals to your game as well.
Anybody who's followed Ozil's career.
Yeah.
And like keeps up to date with his interviews and this and that, or even like watched him play at Werder Bremen and Germany and Madrid, for example. You know this, he's been in front of goal, you know.
Yeah.
And you know what? He's passed it. Like, he's 1-on-1 on his own, and he's passing it across. There could be no keeper in there, bro.
Yeah,
and he's passing it across like Ozil's always said he would rather provide than score. But that doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense for the team.
Because you're an attacking midfielder.
Yeah, and for the team. Like, if you're in a position where, like, the amount of times I've seen him make a pass and the forward, like I said, it's like, raw. Yeah. Why did you pass? Like, that was easier for you to score. Oh, they're not ready for the pass because no one else on the planet would have made that pass.
If James Maddison's in the positions that he's in, he's top bins.
Yeah. And that's why I always said Coutinho was a better player than Ozil. Debate that all you want, people, because that was what I thought, think, and will forever think.
You know what?
Look, going on.
I ain't gonna lie to you. When Ozil first, like, you see the first 3 years.
Yeah.
When he did get the 19 assists and we didn't really have the best team around him, the best system around him. You know, our wingers were essentially like midfielders.
Yeah.
There's only so much you can get the best out of Ozil.
Yeah.
Yet he still nearly broke a record that's been held for all these years by Henry. You know what I'm trying to say? And he nearly broke it. If it weren't for Giroud, you know what I'm trying to say? 12 goal game drought.
That's unfortunate. Yeah.
So it's tough when you're talking about a guy who was at 25 or 24. He was one of the best midfielders in the world. He was at Madrid. Comparing to Coutinho, who, you know, was a young lad who was playing for Liverpool at a time when Liverpool weren't one of the best teams in the world. So it's hard to say, like, obviously now Coutinho's left him behind. We know what Coutinho's about now. Man's a 160 mil player. I'm trying to say, 100%. But gives way more to the game. Can win you a game, scruff of the neck like Kevin De Bruyne, but I don't know.
It's a tricky one. Here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to break him down. Football player, number 10. Put it out there. Yeah. What do you want him to be able to do? You want him to be able to pass. He can pass.
Yeah.
You want him to be able to dribble.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he's really like a dribbler. He's not going to take a man on and do.
He's not a direct dribbler, but he's somebody who could draw in a few players, like 2-3 players onto him, and still somehow find his way out.
Very rare.
Rarely, but he can do it.
But it's not. Yeah. Okay. But we're gonna say that he's not really a great dribbler. 5 out.
Nah, he's not an Iniesta.
Yeah. Okay.
He's not an Iniesta.
That's cool. You want your number 10 to be able to shoot. He clearly can't or refuses to.
He refuses to shoot.
So, and you were like pace, so you can spring in the counter. He doesn't really have that. Yeah. So what does he have other than that eye of the needle pass that comes once every 10 games?
It depends on what Ozil we're talking. Are we talking about an Ozil at this stage of his career, or are we talking about an Ozil
the player that man them was begging to play when Unai Emery was like, you know what, on this clown, I don't want him in my team.
I was right. Free Ozil gang.
I was saying, let him. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he wants.
He's seen him in training, and you know what I'm trying to say.
And you can tell that he's.
I don't think right now Ozil offers anything to this team. Especially,
I agree.
I was a big Ozil fan, but I don't see what a guy who can only give a great pass if people are moving.
Yeah. And he's great at that, but that's all he has. And I want someone
I'd rather have somebody like Kevin De Bruyne, who I believe if we had somebody like Kevin De Bruyne in this team right now, everyone around him would up their level because they know De Bruyne's level is simply just world class. He's the best in the world in his position.
Amen.
And Ozil's just not even. I don't think Ozil's top 10 anymore.
I'm not even going to say this is an unpopular opinion, but this is my opinion. I would rather have man like Jack Grealish.
I said this the other day, you know.
I would rather have Jack Grealish.
The other day to my Reggie. You know what my Reggie said to me? My Reggie said to me, "You off your crackers?" I said, "Bro, look at what Grealish is doing. He's a captain of his club. Yep. Young man. All this pressure on him. His team is whack. He's got no runners. He's got no amazing players around him. He ain't got no Alexis Sanchez.
Big man Wesley up top.
Man ain't had no Santi Cazorla behind him. Yeah, your man's literally. I know Villa ain't winning games, but if you look at an individual performances, he's dropping 8 out of 10s every other week.
Yeah.
Every other game.
Pulls out the bag, needs a goal. Go on.
That goal against Brighton the other day, I don't think I've ever seen Ozil bang a goal like that first.
Doesn't happen.
Once in a while, maybe, yeah, but.
Big boy Jack.
I would have Grealish at Arsenal. I'd have Maddison at Arsenal. I swear down, I'd have Maddison.
Yeah.
But I don't think
that goes without saying.
I think it's too good for us right now, where we are right now.
If Ozil was swapped with Grealish right now, I would be so happy.
I'll be happy. I'll be happy because Ozil don't offer anything. And this is what it comes down to. Like, we see a lot of people, you know, disrespecting certain players at Arsenal.
Yeah.
Because apparently they're not doing their job. And
yeah.
But at the same time, What's Ozil doing? Our highest paid player. I don't care about the commercial things that or whatever he's bringing into the club.
Facts.
I don't care about what his shirt sales are. I don't care about what money he's bringing in or what commercially Adidas. I don't care. That when has that ever mattered to a football fan?
Never.
Henry probably never ever bought the money in that Ozil did, but look what Henry did for our club. Or I say my club.
Legend.
Fan.
Legend. All I'm saying is Bellerin has more goals and assists than Ozil this season.
Alisson has the same amount of assists as Ozil this season. This is the truth though. Me, you, everyone who supports Arsenal, well, majority of the fans, we was all screaming, "Oh, Ozil, he needs to be playing. He needs to be playing."
Not
and
me,
you know
dog,
what, bro? Yeah. But unfortunately, I did.
Yeah, I know.
I was a big. I could say I was one of the first people to say, "Yo, free Ozil."
You was
I was
tweeting on the timeline. I was there, bro.
I was tweeting, "Yo, free my brother Ozil."
If you follow us on Twitter, you will see that we like to send two shots at each other on there every now and then. But it's all
I sit here now, and I'm seeing somebody like Dani Ceballos.
Yeah, I like it.
A special talent from Spain. Rotting in our club because for some reason Arteta wants to play Ozil when Ozil's literally offering nothing. Bro, 15 games or 16 games, he's got 0 big chances created and 1 assist. And man are talking about our big players stepping up, and we're getting onto certain players.
Average.
But Ozil seems to just be like, I don't know, like he's just high, like sliding through.
Yeah,
like,
he's coasting.
He's coasting. Yeah, he's living.
He's coasting, bro. He's got his 350k, and I'm not gonna knock him because when you've been a professional player, he's 30 now, so probably like 15 years almost.
Yeah.
He's only 350k, living in London.
Yeah, of course.
Got his wife. He's
living the American dream.
He really is. Like sometimes you have to take your passion and prejudice about footballers out the equation. Just realize that they're human beings.
Yeah,
and
of course. But
he probably doesn't feel that he feels that loved anymore by his old man.
I don't know, man.
He's just out here trying to get his bread.
Yeah,
he's a man looking for a check.
Nah, I hear that. I do hear that. But bro, you're playing for Arsenal Football Club. Like, you're not playing. If you want to make your bread that much, go to a team in China or something, innit?
And I think he will. As soon as his contract runs out.
Why don't you go to a team in America? Why don't you go to a team in China? Why are you at Arsenal for?
It's happening.
But the truth is, nobody wants the brother. Nobody wants him.
Way too much bread, you know.
Nobody wants him. Nobody wants him for the money that he wants. Nobody wants him because he's not worth it.
Big fact.
350 bags a week. Do you know how much money?
Eyes are watering just thinking about that, you know.
I don't even know.
Some man won't even make that
with my man
in their life.
I don't think bro, your man makes, like, I think he's one of the highest paid players in the league anyway. And, you know what? Forget the money.
Yeah.
He's just shit.
And you know what?
But you just expect more from someone who the club trusts that much to be paying him 350 bags a week.
I get that.
Man's like Lacazette and Aubameyang, who literally are the heart of the club, and they're on nowhere near the same level as Dockie's as him.
It makes it difficult. But the fact that people will always throw back at you his assists record is one of the best, which brings me on to like the next point that I kind of want to discuss. Yeah. And that's that I feel like stats are killing the game. We kind of even, like, I'm not even going to lie, we did it ourselves just when I made up that thing and I said, Hector Bellerin's got more assists.
Yeah, I know, but you know what, that's at the end of the day, that's just a bit of banter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When we're talking about now a generation where everyone's just, they're not even watching the football.
They're not watching the game.
They're just seeing Sky Sports football tweet in brackets, Kane, I don't know, 86 minute.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, have you just been like man are saying, Harry Kane world class? I'm like, have you been watching the game?
One person who I think has benefited from that this season is Rashford. I like Rashford. Don't get me wrong. I think he's an alright player. I just think he's okay.
Yeah.
I don't think he's anything special. I think he's a decent player. People are talking now like he's freaking Mbappe because he scored a few goals this season. Everyone's throwing out all these stats and that I was watching Arsenal Fan TV and Robbie was like, oh my god, Rashford, all them goals he scored. 1, bearing him of penalties.
Yeah.
2, he plays every game. If you play every game in a team that scores goals, your stats are naturally going to be higher. Chris Wood for Burnley, he scored 10 goals this season. Does that mean that he should be... Does that mean he's better than Lacazette then?
Look, man, obviously he's not better than Lacazette. You know what I'm trying to say? Lacazette's overall ability in game is unquestionable. He's one of the most... to me anyway.
Yeah.
He's one of the most complete centre forwards in the league.
Yeah.
Not many people can dribble like him. At his size as well, his hold-up play, his passing ability. Yeah, alright, his finishing right now is not up to scratch, but it's only a bad patch. We've seen what kind of goals Lacazette can score. That goal against Tottenham, that's an elite striker's goal. That's a goal out of nothing, and only one other striker in the league can do that, and it's Sergio Aguero.
Yeah, Aguero's sick.
He's the best striker in the Premier League.
Yeah, in fact.
And he's been the best striker in the Premier League for a long time.
Very long time.
And he's been the best striker in the Premier League since Thierry Henry. So, arguably
the GOAT. It's not
the best Premier League player of all time.
That.
No question. No Cristiano.
He's the reason most people support Arsenal. But yo, I need to back off this coat because I am hot. It's getting hot in here. So we'll take that off one time.
Henry, man. What a player, isn't it?
Yeah, Henry's sick. But
you know what? That brings it back down to the statistics.
Yeah.
Because the thing is with like I said, like you were saying about Marcus Rashford and you scored, but Rashford's general game is actually sick.
It can be.
He's not the most consistent.
Like, I'd say at the start of the season, his general play was poor.
The Knicks were beaten by the Lakers today. The final score was 100-92.
Why are you giving me this information? I never asked for it. That's why. No one, absolutely no one might watch the Lakers are beating the Knicks. What is going on?
I was thinking to myself, what's that there?
I don't understand.
You got too much money, blood. That's what it is. You got too much money.
That is mad. Please be quiet. Thank you very much.
But,
that's just my opinion. I don't watch Man United on a daily basis / even weekly basis. But when I have seen him play at the start of the season, I thought, his general play isn't that great. But you might pick up a penalty, and then all of a sudden, the talks at the end upon it's a great game again from Rashford. I just think people need to stop looking at stats and use your eyes and analyse the game.
But the thing is, right, we live in a generation now that was dominated by stats because of Ronaldo and Messi. You need to remember this, so when someone starts pulling out the numbers that they was, like for example, like Salah, you know what I'm saying? There's all these talks about Salah and even like Harry Kane. Harry Kane scored the most goals in the calendar year at 1.54, I think, or something like that. 56. But the thing is, stats only tell you one side of the story. Then there's the art of football that you can only know by watching football. And you know, if you look at just numbers, you probably think Harry Kane's probably going to be the best striker of all time in the Premier League. But when we look at strikers like Henry, how can you even compare? They had so much more than just numbers. Even though his numbers were amazing, for the player that he was, 4 Golden Boots, 2 European Golden Boots.
Never won a Ballon d'Or, though, you know.
What's a Ballon d'Or though, man? Modric won it over Messi and Ronaldo. They've like the Ballon d'Or, right? I think it was only credible when it was the fight between Ronaldo and Messi. Because you knew they was truly the two best, by far the best two players in the world.
Oh no, wait, I just need to know where you stand.
Oh, Messi, bro, come on, man, Messi, Messi all day. We can't even get into that debate. We'll be here forever. Messi all day.
We'll save that one for the next one of back.
Another time.
Another time.
Because I'm a back my chat with Messi.
We're gonna have to get the stats for that one.
Then you need the stats. You get me.
That's the only time when I'm down to let that happen. But yeah, man, I think you're completely right when it comes to the whole stats thing. For me, I just don't like it when people throw up a stat on. I know it's all banter and stuff to get retweets. But on Twitter, someone might come on, score a goal, and then all of a sudden this person's played 2 minutes and he scored more goals than
which is the online age of banter. It's banter.
As long as you just take it as banter, then I'm cool with it. And like we was. Exactly. It's when people start saying that person's actually a better player because of the Just watch the thing. Like football is a thing where you have to
watch
visualize it. It's a sport. It's an art, really.
It's an art. Football's an art. The beauty of football, like Hazard, like Messi, you can't Neymar. You can't explain what they do in stats. No. You have to watch them play
and see how it makes other people play.
100%. Like Zidane, Iniesta, their statistics ain't amazing, but Zidane and Iniesta are arguably the two best creative midfielders of all time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? And
real bad, man.
It's just how it goes, man. I think that's the generation that we live in right now. Everything's always going to keep coming back down to stats, but I'm a big fan of football. I watch people like let's say Ronaldinho, who wasn't scoring 40 goals a season, but he is one of the best footballers I've ever seen in my whole life. He is the guy who he literally influenced our generation of football fans and after us.
So big fact. Ronaldinho, I used to literally get my little friggin' in the Hogger Benito balls. I'm in there. I'm doing kick-ups. I'm trying to do round the world. I didn't have it like that back in them days. Like, that guy, he was literally inspirational as a footballing man. And his stats probably don't add it because that's not what he was there for. But would you want to play against him? 100% not, because he will send you to the chip shop.
I've tweeted it before. There's no statistics or award you can give Ronaldinho that, you know, compensates for his influence on the game today. Messi's favourite player, Ronaldinho.
Yeah.
A lot of players' favourite players. Like Messi learnt off Ronaldinho a lot. The way, you know, a lot of players do whenever, but Ronaldinho was just, he's just
sick.
Oh man, I can't even begin to. I used to go to.
Listen
to me. I went to JJB Sports.
Yeah.
And I bought his boots. The black Tiempos with Ronaldinho signature on it, right? And I went to football on Saturday, and I thought I was Ronaldinho because that is what he used to do to people.
Yeah.
What an inspiration! I love him, you know. I love him, you know.
Their game, and there's just not really players like that anymore. Like I feel like the only players that have now, I can't even think about, because he was more of like an icon as well. Like, and his personality set, he was just so chill. Like you could tell he was.
Man got a red card and smiled.
Like he was so calm with it. Like completely different to like a Ronaldo or something like that, where it was
it's all just about focus.
Like he was more competitive, but that's probably why he didn't reach the heights.
Yeah, I mean the drugs,
trophy wise, and all that kind of stuff. That
everyone else turn up drunk to training sessions.
I'm not surprised, man.
But I guess we're living in an age now where man management and football psychology, all these things are so important.
Maybe he couldn't have got there in this day and age.
You know what I'm trying to say, mate? I don't know, but Ronaldinho still 100%, like easily one of the best footballers I've ever seen in my whole life.
100%.
I don't care who's scoring 30-40 goals a season.
Sick player.
The only player I've seen better than Ronaldinho, it probably is Messi.
Yeah.
In terms of actual, like,
because Messi
does,
he's a team. He makes a teamwork as well. Messi does,
but
whereas Ronaldinho is just an individual. But let's talk about a team that's not working, because I know you wanted to discuss a team that was not Arsenal. Them man over there, and Manchester United. I got a couple of men in my group chat that ain't gonna like this.
Oh man,
they're not gonna like this, and you know who I'm talking to. But let's discuss it anyway, because we're just on the back of seeing them lose to my team, Blackburn's rivals, Burnley.
Yeah.
Which is never nice to see them making wins in that. But Manchester United,
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Their fall from grace has been televised. Let's just put it out there. They used to be the bad. But do you know what? I was literally talking about this with my Man United friend the other day.
Yeah.
What Ferguson done with the team that he had was incredible. Like when you actually look player for player, they've not had a world-class team or a team of great players.
Yeah.
Through my lifetime, really, the only time that they've had a couple.
Yeah.
Like your Tevez's and your Rooney in his prime, and Beckham, Ronaldo, but they were never there together to make a Galacticos team as such.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like Ferguson's mental hold on everyone that's not feeling inferior to him helped push that team to greatness, and then he just add like a Van Persie just to get the goals, and he kind of cheated his way through without having the best team on paper for a long time.
Yeah.
Since he's gone and the allure of Man United being a fantastic team was gone, they're looking mad average right now.
Well, then that's what it comes down to. Like, have United ever really been a team where they were actually like full of world-class superstars?
Never.
You think about the class of '92, who were young players, who did develop into like world-class players. 100%. But even then, them players weren't worth 50 million like Zidane back then.
No.
People weren't trying to break world records to sign United players.
You know, the man there.
Nicky Butt. I mean, the only player out of all them who you could probably consider a worldwide superstar was David Beckham.
Yeah. And he was limited as a footballer.
And what was, you know what I'm saying, his crossing was special, free kick special. But when you start to look at teams like the Galacticos, Barcelona's teams over the years, under Pep especially, I don't think Fergie ever had a team like that.
Like, I think a lot of it was mental. I think people just thought,
scared of it.
This is Man United. Like, they just find a way. And it's kind of how we feel about Liverpool now.
Oh, you just took the words right out of my mouth. It's exactly like Liverpool right now. When I look at Liverpool's team and I compare them to some of the great teams in the
player for player,
Liverpool, like, there's rarely a player that's gonna like Virgil's got a big shout.
Yeah.
Maybe Salah has.
Oh, yeah,
Maybe Mane has. You know, to like
get into like a world 11.
Get into like an Arsenal invincible team.
Okay.
Let's say, for example, you know what I'm saying?
Strong.
Henderson ain't getting into that. I know you.
I don't like it when man do this to Henderson. You know, because I rate him. I must be strange because I like players that aren't the
passion.
I'm not even the passion. I see him as he's got good ability also. Like he knows what his role is and he plays it well. 8 to 10 every week. Him, Milner's like I don't need to be just like championing all these like flair players all the time because you can't make a like team work. I'm not even going to talk on Pogba because I think he's a great player.
He's a baller, but
he's a great player. So I'm not gonna. And I don't know why Man United fans hate him so much, but I feel like that he might be the Ozil of Man United.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know. I think he just come with a lot of expectations.
Yeah,
he's been underwhelming.
Possibly.
But there's also the argument of, as we were saying, this United team is awful. Like we actually
is it though?
I personally think it's awful. I mean, De Gea is. And was he was the best keeper in the world for a long time at one point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? And he's starting to show like he's not at that level anymore.
Yeah.
And he kept them in and around that top 4 for a long time. Because you literally couldn't score past him.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, and then he's brought his level down. Mm-hmm. And now you're starting to see the whole United's actual level starting to come down because he was literally a one-man army, De Gea was. And now he's got people like Maguire and Shaw's not a great player in my opinion. But they ripped Jose Mourinho for saying that Shaw wasn't a great player.
See, this is football fans for you know, and I'm sure Shaw won their player of the year last season as well.
Who was that? De Gea?
No, Shaw.
Luke Shaw. Well, there you go.
Which for me is madness. Like me, here's another player that most people don't rate, but I think is dope. Ashley Young.
Yeah.
Don't know why people scapegoat him all the time. He's passionate. He's got the passion. But his crossing's good.
Yeah.
Great crossing ability. He's a converted fullback as well. Let's not forget that.
He's a winger.
He still manages to hold it down and defend against Champions League wingers to a good level. As soon as people get to a certain age or they just don't seem fashionable no more, people just blast them all online. But I personally think I wouldn't say he's a fantastic player, but I heard a lot of people saying that he's the worst. How can he be in this team?
Yeah.
He deserves to be in that team.
Well, you know what? Let's be honest. He offered more going forward than Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and I like Aaron Wan-Bissaka. But we're in a day of modern football now where fullbacks are expected to do more than just defend. You know what I'm saying?
Brother.
And it's just like everything's evolving in football. So people are going to start changing opinions on certain players. Like we was having this conversation earlier that you know there's a lot of people out there that thought Ryan Giggs weren't like in today's modern game. Ryan Giggs weren't a great player. They look at his goals to his games ratio, and I'm like, well, do you know what a winger was back then? A winger wasn't someone the way Mane and Salah are now, or Ronaldo and Messi were, where they're more or less a striker, inverted forwards. Giggs was king of the wing. Right?
Get to the byline,
cross it in. You know what I'm trying to say?
He's chopping now. Giggs is a big player. So I guess the question that we want to ask is the reason why Man United are in, let's say, decline, and are looking very mid-table, is that because of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, or is it something else completely? I want to ask you.
Me, right? I'm gonna be completely unfiltered with Fredz
unfiltered with Fredz. But you better back your chat. See what I did there? Big bars.
I'm gonna back it. Solskjaer, right, has come into a team that has been on the decline way before he's coming.
Yep.
Mourinho overachieved with this team.
Yep.
100%. They've gone through Moyes, couldn't do anything with them. They've gone through Van Gaal, he couldn't do anything with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't just pin 7 years of problems all down to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm trying to say? And then on top of that, all these United fans, you know, they want to blame him, and a lot of them were saying get rid of Pogba. A lot of them were saying get rid of Lukaku. A lot of them were saying get rid of all this dead wood.
Yep.
He's got rid of Ashley Young.
Yep.
He's got rid of Lukaku.
Yep.
You know,
Sanchez
Sanchez weren't playing well for him. He's got rid of him. So you wanted him to invest into the team or in the areas they needed. They needed a right back. They went out and got Aaron Wan-Bissaka. They needed a centre back. At the time, arguably, Maguire was one of the best centre backs in the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
underwhelming though. You can't keep blaming a manager for players underperforming, because at the same time, Scott McTominay performs his best under Solskjaer. Rashford, I've never seen him play better than under Solskjaer. He's trying to get the best out of Fred. Fred had a hard season last season,
Yeah, he did.
and this season Fred has been their best midfielder. Why? So how come nobody thanks Solskjaer for that? And you know, they're not that far off top 4. Yeah, not everyone else has been great, cool, but you have to play what's in front of you.
Well, yeah.
And one result ain't going to mean that Solskjaer is the problem. I think the biggest problem at Manchester United is the mentality of United fans. You need to just accept
Who you
that
are now.
you are not that United anymore.
You used to be the 10 out of 10 in the club, but now
people are going to, the new generations here now.
5.
You go in Manchester now, and in the next maybe 10-20 years, there's going to be more Man City fans probably than United fans. You know, maybe it's going to happen. It's possible because it's happening now. Kids are growing up. The Sergio Aguero's, Yaya Toure, David Silva. Everybody wants to be Kevin De Bruyne. Sterling's look at him. He's bigger than football. Sterling is now. He is an icon for young black people out there.
Yeah.
And this is what United used to be. This was Manchester United, man. This was what Man United were. Everybody falls from grace. Look at Liverpool, 30 years, man. They never won the league.
And now they're back.
A lot of these man weren't even alive that support Liverpool when Liverpool last won the league.
True.
And now they're at their time in their life where they completely understand football. And this is the time where they can have mad bragging rights. Not when we was little kids.
Let them have it, man. It hurts.
Yeah, Liverpool are the best in the world, bro. They're the best team in the world, hands down. But this is what I mean. I think it's more than just Solskjaer. I think it comes down to, and I see a lot of them blaming Ed Woodward. I don't know much about him, you know.
No.
But as an Arsenal fan, if I had somebody like Ed Woodward in my board, I'd be gassed. Your man just spends, and I've heard of other United fans that it's Woodward just signs the checks. He's not actually doing the deals.
No.
But look, at the end of the day, United will always have to overpay for a player because it's Manchester United. They're the biggest club in the world.
People know
or the top 3, whatever. They got the dough. They got the biggest deal from Adidas in history.
Yeah, massive.
750 million. That's nearly $1 billion, man. You know what I'm trying to say? So they're always going to have to pay more than everybody else. They got the money to as well.
They can.
Can't move like Arsenal do. PCP finance. You get me?
Installment FC.
Pepe's paid in installments. He's getting better and better. You know. You get me? But
he is getting better and better. But I fully agree, and I just kind of want to wrap up that point because I've not really got anything to challenge that. But I'd like to say that the league, is actually a lot more difficult now.
You think?
Of course. Before, when Ferguson, etc., were top of the tree, it was Arsenal and Man United. They were the best two teams. They were the only two teams that had an advantage over everyone else because one, if you had a great player, they could say, "Yo, let me take that. You need the money."
Which Fergie did a lot in his
all
career.
the time. Cherry picked the best player because they had to sell.
And the only player we couldn't get was your boy.
Yeah, Shearer, real gunman. Yeah. So that's gone now because with TV rights, all the other clubs have got enough money to stay afloat anyway, so they don't need to sell all their best players.
Actually, I didn't really think about it like that.
They all make it. They all look at how much other teams are spending, how much Everton spent.
Aston Villa.
Everyone's got money to spend now, so
you know what?
And players aren't. They're not much different. I said this the other day. You might laugh at me, you might not, but I'd say there's like a 10% difference in quality between all the players in the league.
And the championship, I think.
I think
there's players in the championship.
It's literally just a mentality thing. Because what there's not before, if you actually think back in the day, there were players that were playing that were actually shit players. They weren't good players. Like the quality of the players then for the other teams that were below the top tier was way different. Now, if you actually look, there's probably like 4 players from each team that's in the bottom half of the table that could play for a Chelsea, Arsenal, and Man United. So the quality of all the players is leveled out. Yeah. So it's not a surprise when you see a Burnley beat a Manchester United no more because they're not that much worse, if worse at all. They're just in a different club.
Nah, you know what? Like I said, I never really thought about it like that. But you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe you are right. All the teams in the Premier League now are starting to get like a level playing field. Yeah. Like Villa have spent more than Liverpool. And Liverpool are going on to be Premier League champions.
Yeah. Liverpool haven't even spent this year.
And they've spent what, Minamino? Like 10 mil.
Yeah. And that's
Sam Robertson for 8 mil. So maybe you're right. Maybe the quality, maybe it is tougher now. Maybe Fergie dominated a league where teams weren't as good. But at the same time, Fergie evolved his game so much over 26 years. You can't even argue it. And you know what I mean? Like he had Mourinho come and spend all the dough Mourinho like he was spending and he still won the league.
Yeah.
He had City come along and he still won the league. So I still don't think even if a team did come along and did spend more money than
it's
United.
not about how much you spend.
Yeah, because we see it now with United. They've spent 600 million over 7 years and they're diabolical.
So it's true, but it's look at the champ. I'm a Blackburn fan, so I watch the Championship.
Yeah.
And anybody can beat anybody.
Yeah.
Any man can bang any man in that division. And the Premier League has just become similar to that because financially they're all pretty much playing on the same kill. Especially with financial fair play, you can't just blast your cash out.
City can.
Yeah, City can. City can. So yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, I think the quality of football in England has actually gone worse.
And it has,
because I don't think there's a big difference between, well, apart from Liverpool and City, there's not a big difference between the top of the Premier League and the bottom of the Premier League going into the Championship because Sheffield have come up and they're embarrassing everyone.
Yeah.
So,
but that's what comes with playing in a team. When you're not, people need to stop thinking that football is an individual sport because it's not. It's a team sport. So when Sheffield were in the Championship, they've kept the same team. They worked out how they all play with each other. They've got a system. It works. That's what they do. That's what they're coming up here to play like. And they're not caring about. No one's looking at, what's Fleck doing today? Is he putting in an 8 out of 10 today? Like they ain't got no players. They just play. They say this is how we bang, and we're gonna score goals in
and
this
that's a system. Clear system. They're gonna play that way.
It's true. It's just like it's very simple when you actually break it down to its base level. But that's how I feel about the league. So that's why, in summary to the question, is Oli failing? Yeah, he is failing because I just don't feel like tactically he's a great manager. But I can see why they're keeping hold of him because like this whole culture of just switching the manager just because they lose a couple games, bro. And they're still in with a chance.
They've had the best of the best.
Yeah.
They've had an experienced manager in the Premier League.
Yeah.
They've had a European manager in Van Gaal. Yeah. And none of it's worked out. So maybe Ole's not the problem.
Stick with the
You can't just stick with the manager. You got to just stick with it. You got to give him time. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say?
Give him time. But personally, if I'm being really honest with myself, I don't think he's got it. I just don't think he's a good manager.
They've got to get Poch in and you know what I'm saying? It's just obvious.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
But
I'm not for the Saka manager just for sacking him. But I would just. I've never really hired him in the first place because
not off the base of.
He wouldn't get into. He wouldn't manage any other club in the league. No one would ask him. No one wants him.
You can't manage a team just because you played for him. Even though Arteta manages Arsenal, but the thing is with Arteta, you can even within a month you can see a clear direction.
Yeah.
That's for another time, isn't it? Really,
that's another time. And that is how we're gonna end back your chat for today.
Yeah, well, thank you very much.
Myself, Dougie Fresh.
It's myself, Fredz. You know what it is.
That's what it is. We will be back. Yeah. Make sure that you get at us. Sorry, I can't even speak now. With 3 questions that you want us to address in the next show. Peace out.
See you guys later. Yeah.